Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, but something is wrong. There is no bed, no phone, no walls, no door to lock, no clean water waiting for you, no supermarket, no hospital, no police, no light switch, no warm shower, no safe place to hide. You open your eyes, and the ground is cold beneath your body. The air smells like smoke, wet soil, and animals. Somewhere in the distance, birds are screaming. Not singing, screaming. And then you hear something else. A low sound, heavy breathing, something moving behind the trees. You do not know where you are yet, but your body understands one thing immediately. You are not in the modern world anymore. You are an ancient human, and you have 24 hours to survive. At first, you might think, how hard can it be? Humans survived back then. Our ancestors lived without technology, without houses, without medicine, without maps. So maybe you could do it too. But here's the problem. You are not them. You have their body, maybe, but you do not have their knowledge. You do not know which plants are food and which plants can kill you. You do not know where water is safe. You do not know how to track animals. You do not know how to read broken branches, footprints, smells, wind, silence, or bird calls. You do not know which direction means safety and which direction means death. And in the ancient world, ignorance was not just a weakness. Ignorance was a death sentence. The first challenge would not be fighting a lion. It would be something much simpler: water. In the modern world, water is everywhere. You turn a tap, open a bottle, or buy it from a store. But as an ancient human, every drink is a decision. A river might save you, or it might make you sick. A muddy pool might be full of parasites. A clean-looking stream might still carry danger you cannot see. And even if you find water, you have another problem. Other animals need it too. Predators know the water spots. Lions, hyenas, leopards, wolves, crocodiles, snakes, and dangerous insects all gather around the same places where thirsty humans gather. So the place that gives life can also become the place where life ends. You walk toward the sound of water. Your throat is dry. Your stomach is empty. But the closer you get, the quieter you become, because your ancestors knew something we have forgotten. In nature, silence is not peace. Silence can be a warning. If birds suddenly stop calling, if insects go quiet, if small animals vanish, it might mean something else is near, something watching, something waiting. And unlike you, that animal belongs here. You are the stranger. Then comes hunger. Could you find food in one day? Maybe you see berries on a bush. They look harmless, but would you eat them? In the ancient world, the wrong berry could poison you. The wrong mushroom could end your story before sunset. Even a plant that looks normal could make you weak, dizzy, or sick. So maybe you decide to hunt. But hunt what? You have no gun, no knife, no trap, no fishing line, no metal, no lighter, no backpack full of supplies. Maybe you find a stone, maybe you pick up a stick, but now ask yourself honestly, could you catch an animal with that? A rabbit would hear you coming. A deer would smell you before you saw it. A bird would fly away. A fish would slip through your hands. Even small animals are not easy food when your life depends on catching them. This is why ancient humans were not just strong, they were skilled. They knew tracks like we know street signs. They could see a footprint and understand the size, direction, speed, and age of the animal. They could notice a broken twig and know something passed there recently. They could follow a herd for hours. They knew when animals migrated, where they slept, where they drank, and when they were most vulnerable. You do not have that knowledge. So after hours of walking, you might still have nothing. No food, little water, no shelter. And now the sun begins to fall. This is when the ancient world changes. Daytime is dangerous, but night is different. Night belongs to animals with better eyes, better noses, better hearing, and better patience than you. A leopard can move through darkness almost silently. A hyena can smell weakness.
Wolves can work as a group. Snakes can be invisible until it is too late. In the dark, humans lose one of their greatest advantages: sight. Without fire, night becomes a prison. Fire was not just warmth. Fire was a wall. It pushed back darkness. It scared some predators. It gave humans a place to gather, cook, talk, and survive. Fire turned the night into something humans could control. But could you make fire? Not with matches, not with a lighter, not with a stove. Could you create fire from wood, stone, friction, patience, and skill? And could you do it before the temperature drops, before the insects come, before something larger notices you? Most modern people could not. And that's the terrifying truth. You could know that fire is important and still be unable to make it. Knowledge in your head is not the same as skill in your hands. Now imagine the temperature dropping. Your clothes are not made for this world. Maybe they're torn, maybe they're wet, maybe you have nothing except simple animal skins or plant fibers. The ground steals your body heat. The wind cuts through you. You begin to shake. Cold doesn't need teeth to kill you. It simply waits. So you search for shelter. A cave seems safe, but is it empty? Or does something already live there? A bear, a leopard, hyenas, snakes? Ancient humans didn't simply walk into caves like tourists. They checked, they listened, they smelled, they understood signs of danger. You might not. A tree might keep you off the ground, but can you climb it safely in the dark? Can you stay awake all night? Can you stop yourself from falling asleep? And if you sleep on the ground, what hears you breathing? This is where another truth appears. Ancient humans did not survive alone. Movies often show one heroic hunter standing against nature, but real survival was a group story. Alone, a human is vulnerable. In a group, humans become something else. One person watches while another sleeps. One gathers food while another carries a child. One remembers the water source. One knows which plant heals a wound. One makes tools. One understands animal tracks. One warns the others when danger comes. The group was not just family. The group was life support. If you were dropped into the ancient world alone, your chances would collapse immediately. Not because you're weak, but because humans were never designed to survive that way. We became powerful because we shared information. We taught, we copied, we remembered together. That's what separated humans from many animals. A lion has strength, a cheetah has speed, a crocodile has patience, but humans had memory that could move from one mind to another. A warning could become a lesson could become a tradition could keep children alive for generations. But you, in your first 24 hours, would not have generations. You would have one day. And every mistake would cost energy. Every wrong turn would cost water. Every bad food choice could make you sick. Every loud step could attract attention. Every moment of panic could make you move faster than you should. And in the wild, panic is expensive. Ancient humans survived because they treated nature like scenery. They treated it like a language. A footprint was a sentence. A smell was a warning. A broken branch was a clue. A silent forest was a message. A circling bird could mean death nearby. A sudden movement in grass could mean food, danger, or both. The modern world teaches us to ignore most of these signals. We walk with headphones, we look at screens, we move through cities where danger has signs, fences, rules, and emergency numbers. But the ancient world does not explain itself. It only reacts. And if you can't read it, you're blind. By late night, if you're still alive, your body would be exhausted, your feet would hurt, your mouth would be dry, your stomach would ache, your mind would jump at every sound. You would begin to understand why fear was not weakness for ancient humans. Fear was information. Fear told them to listen, to stay close, to move carefully, to respect the dark, to watch the wind, to never assume they were safe. Because for ancient humans, survival was not about being fearless. It was about being afraid at the right time. So, could you survive 24 hours as an ancient human? Maybe. If you found safe water, if you avoided poisonous food, if you didn't get injured, if you found shelter before night, if the weather was kind, if insects, infection, cold, hunger, and fear didn't break you. But that's a lot of ifs. The truth is, most modern people would struggle to survive even one day. Not because ancient humans were smarter than us in every way, but because they were trained by a world that punished mistakes instantly. They were not primitive, they were experts. Experts of wind, fire, stone, blood, footprints, silence, hunger, darkness, and danger. They knew how to live in a world that wanted them dead. And that's why your ancestors were extraordinary. Not because they were the strongest animals, but because every morning they woke up in a world without guarantees, and somehow they survived long enough for you to exist. So the next time you turn on a light, drink clean water, lock a door,